I'm Ashley Hawkins, and I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 38 years old. I was diagnosed with stage 2B, kind of 3, depending on what doctor you talk to. So my story started, my husband felt the lump in my breast, and the next day I called my doctor, and I got right in, and they, felt around, and they said, you need to go get a mammogram. And so I went that week, and they're like, it's probably nothing, but let's just, cover our bases. And so I did. And the doctor came in, and I kind of knew something was wrong. And so then he called me back and said that they had found a mass. And I was thinking, okay, mass that didn't register cancer. And so he said, it's a good size, and at that point it still wasn't registering it was cancerous. So what do you mean? What percentage do you feel like it's cancerous? And he said 90%. In my mind, I was thinking like 35%. And I was like, no way, surely not. And so he said if I had to operate on you right now and if the results came back negative, I wouldn't believe it. Well, I was like, what? No way. I'm a mom of 2 kids, 11 and 7, and I did marathons and triathlons. I ate super healthy. I mean, I love health. And so I thought, there's no way. And but I was a college golfer, and so that kind of in the back of my mind thought, I knew they would spray the golf courses with mercury, and I don't know. I mean, I was so surprised. I loved being healthy, and so it totally took me by surprise. So when I was first diagnosed, I went to MD Anderson and Texas Oncology, and they both gave me the same, protocol as far as chemo agents. And I didn't want to throw a grenade like in my body and just all the poison. And so it was important for me to find out what chemo agents my body would respond to. When I walked into those cancer centers, I was like, oh my word. Like at MD Anderson, I had to wear a bracelet. I wanted to cover my bracelet, and there's so many people, and it was a scary place. So my mom had told me about this woman, one of her dear friends, who had stage 4 colon cancer, and they sent her home from the Mayo Clinic with hospice. And she's thriving now after 14 years later, and her immune system was strong the whole time, and so that was important for me. It was worth it to me to get the right chemo agents, even if I had to pay out of pocket. And so I didn't want to do a one-size-fits-all. I wanted a specialized treatment. I wanted to know that the chemo agents were working for my body and that my body would respond to it. The first time I spoke to my patient care coordinator, Dan, we just hit it off, and he had so much knowledge, and I was blown away, because at the other MD Anderson and Texas Oncology, I didn't have that. And he was so knowledgeable and made me feel comfortable, and talked about the different, biobotanicals that would help me stay strong in my immune system. And that was important to me. So I flew out here with my husband, and it was so hot. It was in July, and he wasn't into all this. And so, but I wanted him to at least come and take a look at him. We both wanted to take a look at Envita. And so he was kind of on edge. He thought Envita was like a yoga juicing place. And so when we were meeting with Dr. Ertley, he was kind of on the edge. And so Dr. Ertley had to leave for a second. And I was like, honey, can you please just relax, and can you be nice? And so he's like, okay, he was going to do it for me. And when we were talking to him for, about an hour and a half, and afterwards he was like, whoa. He's like, it's unbelievable. They're not attacking cancer with one agent. They're attacking cancer with all different angles. And he said, that's what's awesome. So my first chemo experience, I was scared to death, because in the movies, you see people throwing up and so sick and in the bed, bald, and I didn't want that to be me. And so I was sitting in the chair, just bawling, and so they push it, and you could just feel it, breast cancer, just feel it going on my right side, and it wasn't so bad. My children are 7-year-old little boy and 11-year-old little girl. I was pretty honest with them and told them that I was going to leave for 6 weeks, and that I was going to come back healthy, and that they wanted their mommy healthy, and they wanted their mommy for a long time, and just a little bit of time away from them would be years to be with them. My little boy for Christmas said, all I want is my mommy to be better and my mommy to be here, and so sweet. We drove up here and they got to see where I was going to stay, got to see the clinic, and then they flew back with my husband. And so I stayed up here with my mom. She would help, cook meals, and I never got sick. And so that was a huge blessing. I was tired, and but after like the second week of treatment, we started hiking like twice a week. And so that was unheard of. Who does cancer and can hike? Just everything that they stand for, and how I was healed, just not only with chemo, not only with the good immune system, the biobotanics, everything that they do here. And I didn't want to ever think if I would have gone somewhere else, I wonder if I would have had a better experience and at Envita. I don't want to do that. If I got cancer again, would I do the same protocol, the same thing? Absolutely. I would be right here, and my husband would make sure I'd be right here. And absolutely, Envita totally saved my life.